Hey you guys, the holidays are here and welcome to Blending with Henry, the #1 channel on YouTube for blender reviews and delicious blender recipes. Were you thinking about getting a Vitamix or a Blendtec through Blending with Henry this holiday season? Well, take a look at this video first, you guys. This should help you. Now, both machines are great, but what it boils down to is complete user experience, and that's what separates the great one from the best one. In many of my videos, you guys, you've seen me use the Vitamix Tamper. Now, it's very useful for many types of recipes. Now, it's also called the accelerator tool because it helps to get the job done much quicker. Now, every brand of blender should, in my opinion, have a tamper included. Now, this should not be looked at as a negative, but rather an invaluable tool. Now, unfortunately, some of Vitamix's competitors seem to feel otherwise.
And there's no need to use a messy plunger with this unique design.
And you guys just heard what Blendtec said. So let's make a frozen dessert using all frozen ingredients and no liquid in the Blendtec blender. Okay, that didn't work out for us, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and pour some almond milk in here, just a little bit, just to get everything moving around. And to be sure, I'm going to give it a little bit of a shake. Okay, I'm going to use the spectacular spatula here and just kind of scrape the walls down a bit to get everything moving. Yeah, this is not working out. Okay, so I'm going to do the same frozen dessert test on the Vitamix with the same ingredients using the same amount as the Blendtec. So now I'm going to use the infamous, according to Blendtec, messy plunger. This came out perfect, you guys, and it took no more than 1 minute to create. Now, the end result is to get the job done as quick and as efficient as possible without having to stop the machine to add liquids and scrape. Now, if you have to do all that, then you should be using a tamper. Blendtec did realize that their machines weren't as efficient at creating frozen desserts or blending thick ingredients without some assistance, you guys. So that's why they created this twister jar, but it's over $100 extra. So I'm going to go ahead and make the frozen dessert. I'm blending on high speed. The one thing frustrating, you guys, is I have to keep changing hands because twisting over and over gets tiresome on the wrist.
And there's no need to use a messy plunger with this unique design.
And now you guys, I did find Blendtec's statement about the tamper, or plunger, being messy to be ironic. The twister jar blades get just as messy, if not messier. One thing I want to show you guys. Now, while the twister jar got the job done, this particular model Blendtec, the Classic, is preset to shut off in under a minute, even in manual mode. Now, the frozen dessert wasn't completely churned. Now, there's still some chunks left over, as you can see on the spatula. I wasn't too impressed by that, and this model should stay on as long as necessary to get the job done. So now I'm going to show you guys the inside of the twister jar. Now Blendtec is very proud of the blunt blades. They are very safe. You can see me putting my fingers down here with no worries. But that's where it ends. Unfortunately, the twister blades are just the opposite. They are not safe and they're very sharp on the edges from top to bottom. Let me show you. So here I'm going to slice this tomato. And you can see how easy it is for the twister blade to slide right through. And to be honest, you guys, this is pretty scary. Now here's a stalk of celery. Super easy to cut. Maybe Blendtec created the twister jar for food prep by hand. Alright, well, all joking aside, you guys, now this is really an unsafe tool and it's not family friendly.
Fans know that whatever I put in this jar doesn't stand a chance.
Cavitation is when ice freezes up, you guys, and it creates a cavity between the blades and the ingredients. This causes the blades to spin freely and nothing gets blended. Now this can happen on every blender, so let me show you as I attempt to make a smoothie in the Blendtec. Okay, that didn't work out for us, so I'm going to pour some liquid in here to try to loosen everything up. Now I'm going to take the spatula and incorporate that liquid. Just a little more liquid. Perfect. Everything is moving. Now, while the texture of the smoothie came out great, you guys, having to add that extra orange juice sort of watered down the original recipe. Okay, you guys, I'm going to make the same smoothie with the Vitamix with the same situation of it freezing up. So now I'm going to use the tamper, you guys, to get rid of that air pocket and get everything moving again. Perfect, everything's moving. The smoothie and the Vitamix and the Blendtec look exactly the same. Now the difference is with the Vitamix Tamper, I was able to get the ingredients blending again without adding extra liquids. So my recipe still has the original dense flavor as intended, as opposed to the Blendtec. Does this look great, you guys? Now you guys, Blendtec quietly came out with a new jar. It's small like the twister jar. Now I wondered why they did this, and I got one and found out why. When I first tried out the twister jar, you guys, I thought this would be a great concept because I can make frozen desserts and nut butters, and it came with this vented lid that snaps in place. Now this lid turns the twister jar into what I thought would be an all-purpose blender. But, okay, I found out quickly that this just would not work out. Now, because of the shape of the jar being rounded, it made it impossible to make the perfect smoothie. Check this out.
One of our competitors, Vitamix, realized just how great the WILDSIDE jar is.
Well, Blendtec also realized how great the WILDSIDE jar is because they came out with the mini WILDSIDE jar. Now, in comparison, this is the mini WILDSIDE jar, and this is the full-size WILDSIDE jar. Of course, the mini was designed for smaller recipes. So let's compare the jars. Now, on the top is the twister jar, and on the bottom is the mini WILDSIDE jar. Now, the mini WILDSIDE jar is square in shape. Now, the square design causes ingredients to bounce off the flat walls and onto the blades. Now, the twister jar being round cannot do this efficiently, you guys. Now, unfortunately, you have to pay an extra $100 plus to get the mini WILDSIDE jar. Insane. Insane. While the mini WILDSIDE jar blends smooth, you guys, I found it to be unstable while blending hard ingredients and ice. All Vitamix machines, you guys, come with the tamper. And the tamper comes in different sizes for different size containers. Now, out of the box, you'll be able to do everything. Frozen desserts, blend thick ingredients as well as nut butters without having to buy an extra container. Now, speaking of nut butters, you guys, let's make almond butter in each machine. We'll begin with the Blendtec Twister Jar. The Blendtec Twister Jar is limited to 2 cups of ingredients for efficient blending. Now, you guys, if you try to add more ingredients past the line, it won't be a good idea. Let me show you. Now, because the twister blades don't have a gasket around the ring at the top, as the ingredients rise, they'll start coming out of the top, okay? So I'm putting in 2 cups of roasted almonds. Now I'm putting in a couple of teaspoons of coconut oil, and oil is necessary when making almond butter. I'm blending on high speed.
And there's no need to use a messy plunger with this unique design.
Messy plunger, huh? These twister blades look pretty messy to me too, you guys, okay? Come on. Now, all in all, you guys, the almond butter came out beautiful and smooth. Now I'm going to make the almond butter in the Vitamix. But the Vitamix actually has an extra benefit over the Blendtec. This is the Vitamix 32-ounce container. Now, this is designed for smaller recipes, you guys, and is most efficient with 2 cups of almonds. But I'm not going to use this one. I prefer to use the 64-ounce container because I have 4 cups of almonds. And this is a benefit with Vitamix over Blendtec because I can make larger amounts. So I'm putting in about 2.5 to 3 teaspoons of coconut oil. And once again, oil is very necessary when you're making almond butter. I'm using the tamper and blending on high speed. You guys decide which one's messier. And of course, the almond butter is smooth. And you guys, I have plenty of it here. It's enough to fill up 2 containers. I wish you guys were here to share it with me. On the left is the Vitamix almond butter, and on the right is the Blendtec almond butter. Now, you guys, on the Vitamix almond butter, it does have a nice smooth texture. It looks smoother. But on the Blendtec over here, it looks a little more mealy, a little more grainier. But again, it's really about personal preference on that. So, what is my conclusion to all of this? Here you go. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me this holiday season, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Now, if you like this video, please press the like button, and please subscribe for future video updates. Now, you can purchase a Vitamix through me, save money, and get some special perks. Contact me for more details this holiday season. Now, I need your support, you guys. Supporting me means more future video content for you. So please remember to visit me at blendingwithhenry.com, Blending with Henry is also on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Instagram. And I will see you all next time.